Well, what time is it? Come on. You know what time it is. It's time for the world famous, epic, monumental, Academy Award winning, but I'm not bragging. Yes, it's that time. It's time for the Uncle Brian Week in Review. Yeehaw! Roundup video. Haven't even started the Uncle Brian Lift the Weekend tonight. That's coming later on tonight. So how's your week? Hope it's going well. No complaints yet. Today I got a few things, but nothing that I feel is worthy, valuable enough that people need to see. I need to record it on a video and post it, Hopefully this is the last time this year that I cut the grass. You don't need to see that, do you? I mean, you've seen people cut grass, you've cut your own grass. Why do you need to watch me cut my grass, right? Jobber needs people to see him when he walks around with his weed whacker. Because as he said, he can't cut his grass with a lawnmower, even though he has 3 of them, and one is brand new. But he has wild animals in his yard that chew up and eat the plastic gas tank, so they all leak gas, so he can't use his lawnmowers. Yes, he actually said this. It's what's so great about Jabba. You don't even have to make shit up. Just talk about what he himself says. Gotta love it. Like stabbing cans on the ground with a weed puller, People need to see that shit on you, Gonna get the 3 air conditioners out of the windows. Won't be needing them anymore now. Got 8,000 here in my den, 12,000 in the living room. That kind of branches off to a doorway into the dining room, which, we're not living in the dining room. Just half the time we don't even eat in there. You know what I mean? But, so I don't need to keep that room extra cool, and with all the windows closed and there's ceiling fans in every room, even the bedroom, it circulates everything. And a 5,000 in the bedroom. So I'll get those out, get all the storm windows down for the winter this way. It keeps the cold out and the heat in. I don't think you need to watch me taking air conditioners out of windows and closing storm windows. You don't need to see that, right? Right? Well, Jabber had a pretty good week. Can't decide what he's going to call himself. Keeps changing the name of his channel. I got to have something going on here, man. I don't know what it is. Hope it's not water retention buildup. And I start growing more chins in a Chinese phone book like him, and my leg gets all fucking fat, you know what I mean? I can't breathe. And then my heart starts giving out, Last thing I want to do is end up on life support like him. Then have to check himself out the following day and drive himself home because he was all better. I don't want to have to go through that ordeal the way he did. But he had a pretty good week. I guess it's going to be a busy beaver till he leaves on the 30th. Besides building a patio deck off his house so we can sit out there and chill out, listening to music with one of his boom boxes. After he gets a whole tree line moved from one part of his yard to another part. I mean, in order to have a privacy wall with trees, those trees got to be pretty good size, which means those roots in the ground got to be spread out pretty far. Yeah, he's going to dig up all those trees, get all the roots out, dig big enough holes to transplant all those trees and move them. Oh yeah, he's going to do that all right. Really, seriously. I feel okay. He's also going to restore a bicycle. I heard he showed a bicycle. So he's got a shitload of bikes in his yard. They've been all rusty. I mean, you got bicycles sitting out in your yard for fucking years. I know when I was a kid, man, and my father used to tell me, put the bikes away. We had a bulkhead in the basement, but the basement was all finished, so it was kind of blocked off from the inside, And my father, hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. I had a little something, and I had to hawk it up and get rid of it. Now I feel better. I wasn't going to be like Jobber and be on here hawking up fucking loogies and, you know what I mean, doing it on fucking camera, you know what I mean, because he's a pig, a slob, no fucking class. I can't do that, so I went and did it. you know, there's nobody to see it, you know. And a lot of people do it. I didn't do anything spectacular, anything special. No one's ever been able to do, you know, cough up something, a little something, and get rid of it, you know what I mean? Spit it in the fucking toilet, wipe my mouth, you know. Wash my mouth in the sink real quick, in case there was any drippage, you know. I leave it out in the rain one night. Next morning, it was already rust, you know, on the fenders. And even though we used to wax them, and on the handlebars, any chrome, you know, spokes, rims, you know. So these got bikes that have been sitting out there for fucking years. So that tells you what kind of condition these things are in. Says Brian, he showed one. It was an old one. I guess maybe from the 60s or 70s or something. He says, I forget the name he said, but it was a pretty well-known, popular name. Maybe a Ross or Schwinn or Columbia, something like that. A real old style. Said the thing was solid fucking rust. It was all brown. Everything was brown. Brown. Even where the paint is on the frame, the paint was all gone. It was rusty. Solid fucking rust. You know the kind of rust you see shit so rusty you walk up, you run your finger over and your finger comes up brown. You know? That's how bad this thing was. Said he's going to restore that too. Yeah. Besides building a patio deck and moving a whole tree line of big trees. How's he going to restore that? Yeah, I know what he's going to do. Grab a rattle can of spray paint and spray everything. Spray right over that fucking rust the way he sprayed over rotten dents and everything else on the fucking belly. Maybe he'll spray paint it the same color. Call it the Bel Air Bike 2. You know, part 2, you know? I can imagine the gear. Everything's all fucking rusted and, you know, yeah, like... Yeah, so now besides building a patio deck, moving a tree line, now he's going to restore a bicycle too, even though we still don't have a starter in the Bel Air, even though the brakes still don't work, even though the interior's a fucking mess. You know? This guy's going to be a busy beaver until the 30th when he's going to leave. And I heard he's trying to justify why it's taking him so long to the Bel Air. He says, I guess he was up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning putting up a video, Brian, because from the timestamp of when it was posted, by the time I caught it in the morning, it's like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, he's putting up a video. He's sitting there in his house and he's holding up another fucking pot, some kind of a hinge or a bracket or something, showing off how he spray painted it black. Yeah. Something to do with the hood hinge or latch or something. Showing how he spray painted it black and it looks nice and shiny. Yeah. Yeah. Then he's trying to justify himself. You know, people tell him he's been on 3 years, but he saw a guy on here that had some kind of a car. What the hell was it? Christine. Started laughing. He said, remember that movie Christine? I said, yeah. I said, too bad job his car isn't like the real Christine. It'll fix itself. Now he's trying to compare his car to fucking Christine and some shit like that. Some guys got and in that movie, A Fury, from what I understand, there's a couple of links I put up to a channel on here, Car Stars or something like that. It's actually pretty cool. They give you like 10 interesting facts about certain movie and TV cars and whatnot. I put up a couple. I remember seeing the one on Christine. They used so many in the movie. And not all of them. There was only one real Fury. The rest were Belvederes. They made to look like a Fury. You know, a Belvedere was the lower model, you know. How many were destroyed and this and that and the other thing what they had for engines. You know, there's a guy on here with a Christine. He's been restoring it for 20 years. So why are people, you know, giving me a hard time because I've only been on, you know, the Bel Air for 3 years? You got to understand something. This is fucking YouTube. A lot of people got fucking junk on here. They call themselves car restorers. They ain't no car restorers. They're just trying to put out something with some clickbait, get some interest. It's people that really have no interest. They're not car restorers. They're just doing something because they want to jump onto this, you know, car bandwagon here on fucking YouTube. I want to be a car guy too, like him. Don't know fucking shit from Shinola. Fuck everything up. Never really get anything done that's productive. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Had to go hack up another fucking fur ball. What the fuck's going on here? You want to be one of the guys, one of the car guys, you know? Wannabes. Well, you know, I saw the video, you know. Still needs this, it still needs that, still needs this, still needs that. You know, this guy's no car restorer either. He's just dicking around with something to hopefully get attention, get some subs and views. and make money. That's what it comes down to, you know. Well, because it's hard to get parts, so that's why it takes people. Listen, you can get parts for anything these days, even repops. Okay, you can build a whole car with repops, from fucking body panels and you name it. You can build a whole car. Oh, yeah, you get parts, but it won't be all original. You have an old car that's all fucked up. No, even you see these. I don't watch them anymore, but these car shows and whatnot. See how many of these guys? The car's so bad that they actually need a donor car. Because the frame on their car's all rotted. So you gotta find a donor car for a frame. They gotta find a donor car for a halfway decent interior. That won't be real extensive, for new coverings. And they use donor cars. No matter how you slice it, the car never ends up an original matching number car. But he's got this thing, oh, my car's original matching number car. Not many of them are. The ones that are, survivors, as they're called. Or these guys got their hands on them 20 years ago when they still weren't too badly deteriorated. They were still worth saving, and someone at that time did an earlier restoration on it. Now over time, it kind of, slacked off a little bit. Now, yeah, paint's not that great, you know what I mean? If the car's been driven, well, now the interior seats have some wear on them. They've driven, it's got some miles on it. Maybe it's got a little blow-by, engine's got to be rebuilt. Maybe now it needs a clutch, a transmission slipping. They're able to repair the things that are original, keep it original. You know what I mean? You can find anything. If that guy hasn't restored that thing in 20 years, he's never going to. He's never going to. I knew guys like that. I'm sure you did. I said that one friend, he hauls in a junk. Oh yeah, I'm gonna restore this and fix it up, and they fucking sat there in their father's yards. See these fucking field cars and barn cars. Hey, you want to sell that? Maybe somebody that does have the know-how. It might be worth a little something. Something, a Cuda, a Camaro, Chevelle, whatever. Yeah, it's been sitting around for a long time. The engine's fucking blown in it, whatever. But, the body, yeah, it doesn't, it's not rotted out too bad. Brazen, welding a little metal, on the lower panels. And it would still require some work and know-how and money. But it's something that's a cool car, and they intend on driving it and using it and having fun with it. Even these people, you see them. No, it's not for sale. I'm going to fix it up someday. Yeah, right. When I came back from Arizona, there was a guy in the area here. Because I'm a Pontiac guy, it really caught my interest. I'm going by and I see a whole fucking unibody. No front clip, nothing from the firewall front. No frame, just unibody. No glass, no nothing. Just no bumpers, no sitting on the fucking ground. And I said, I couldn't really tell if it was a Le Mans Tempest or a GTO. It was a 69. How you can tell 68, 69. 68, the lights were recessed in the lower parts of the rear bumper. That's what my uncle had. That's what I learned to drive in when I was 13. He had a 68 GTO Aztec gold black top. Had a 421 Super Duty in it that he had built and put in. Originally, he had a 400. I think it was a Ram Air 3. If I'm not mistaken, 4-speed. But you like the Super Duties. And in a 69, they moved the taillights to the upper part of the rear bumper. So because of the shape, the trunk lid, it had a little bit of a different style of the bottom lip of the trunk lid compared to the 68 to accommodate the lights going partially into the trunk lid. So I could tell it was 69. And on a couple spots where it wasn't rusted, this thing was all brown too. A couple little spots, I thought I saw some orange. I said, gee, I wonder if that was a Judge. I pull in, I'm talking to the guy. He says, yeah, it was 69 Judge. He says, you have the rest of it? You have anything else? No, I picked this up from a guy, and I'm going to restore it. Just going to restore it. Says, I've had offers on it. Actually, it wasn't, it was rusted, but not rotted. All surface rust, but enough that, like I say, you rub your finger on it, it fucking comes right off and your finger's fucking brown. Well, I've had people offer to buy it off me. I'm not going to sell it because I'm going to restore it. Something like that actually would be good for a guy that's got one that the body's so fucked up and rusted out and rotted out. Be easier for him just to yank off his fucking body and take that, drop it on his frame, take all his glass interior parts and swap it into that. You know what I mean? Even though it didn't have anything from the firewall front, no front fenders, no grill, no hood, no bumpers. Even the rest of it, you had no glass, had no interior, just all metal. And even on the inside, it had rust and shit. But you could see some orange spots. So he said it was a Judge, but without any badging, anything on it. You couldn't really tell, but it was a '69. You know, how many years I've been back here now? When I came back with Antibelly, coming up on 9 years, and that fucking thing is still sitting there. He hasn't restored it. Out in Lakeville, small farm country, more rural. You see him when I go up to New England Dragway. I haven't been there in a while now. Well, when we go to New Hampshire, even when we go stay with our friends up in Franconia and Arch, when we do our little camping and canoeing and shit at Echo Lake. Once you get up to that way, a lot of people up there, they're real close to New England Dragway in Epping. You see cars, they're old, retired race cars. You see funny cars, front engine dragsters, old pro stockers, super stockers, sitting on trailers, sitting on the ground, tires are flat, they're all rusted out. They've been there for I don't know how many fucking years, probably since the fucking 70s or 80s. Signs not for sale. Those things will fucking keep sitting there. If you ask them, how come? Oh, I'm going to restore it one day. Now that nostalgia drags is caught on in popularity, I'm going to restore this, fuel altered, and I'm going to go race it. They don't fucking do it. They're hoarders too. They just like looking at it, even though it's not very attractive to look at. They take pride in, well, I have it and you don't. That's like Jarvis got a piece of junk and he takes pride in it because he has it and we don't. It's all up here, All these car restorers, they're not car restorers, they're hoarders. When they look at their car, they're not seeing what we see in their mind. They're looking at something that's all restored, it looks beautiful. That's their pipe dream they have in their head that one day they want to get it to be like that. And it'll never be like that. They know they will never get it to be like that, but they can't convince themselves otherwise. Because they've convinced themselves that they're capable of doing something they are not capable of doing. They don't have the money. They don't have the ability. They don't have the resources. And when they do fuck around with this, fuck around with that, and they fuck this up and fuck that up, and you tell them that they don't know what they're doing, they lose their shit like Jabba. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. This YouTube car community, there's quite a few people on here that know what they're doing. Engine builders. And even, like I've said before, get mad at me all you want. What are they doing with these engines? Do they ever end up in a car? They're driving them, enjoying them, racing them? No, they sit on a fucking engine stand and they're on to the next fucking engine. Why? To get subs, views, and make money. What they're doing isn't really useful. That's why I call them YouTube cars. They serve no actual valuable, useful purpose. They're all fucking eye candy. They're props just to put out here hoping to make money off getting people to watch them do something with it. Once that's done, it just sits there. It gets put away in a corner, like with Sanford. You know what I mean? Anyway, have I yacked long enough today? So, have a great weekend. Have fun. Stay safe. I don't know if Jarvis is back doing any more live stream yaks. With him, I think it's just a matter of time. Or maybe he has, but nobody really caught it while it was going on. And like before, when he does do it, he takes it down, or puts it private or whatever. Anyway, what can I say? Have a great weekend. Have fun and stay safe.